the first part of the journey, I was looking at all the life. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There was sand and hills and rain. You see, we've been through the desert on a horse with no name. Felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 la. You see, we've been through the desert on a horse with no name. Felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 la
Welcome everybody, good afternoon, willkommen, guten Nachmittag zum 21. Afternoon Tea, 21st Afternoon Tea with Paul
and Karen.
Hello.
Thank you, nice to see you all again. Hope you enjoyed our 20th anniversary the other day. We certainly did, and we've enjoyed reading all your 300 comments, which is very, very good for us. Thank you very much indeed. So here we are, 21. Key to the door, they used to say. Is that right? Can you imagine that today? You have to wait till you're 21 till you get a key to your door.
That's incredible. Absolutely brilliant. Well, I can see there's loads of people already tuning in. Hello, everybody.
Really nice.
And it's really, really nice.
Yeah.
We had two really, really exciting deliveries this week, and both were not ordered by me. They were just coming through the door, and we'll tell you all about it throughout the show. It's really fantastic. But I think, shall we start with a bit of music straight away?
That's always a good start.
Go on, then. Dear thoughts are in my mind, and my soul, it soars enchanted as I hear the sweet lark sing in the clear air of the day. For a tender beaming smile to my hope has been granted, and tomorrow he shall hear all the fond thoughts I will tell. In darkness we do what we can. In daylight we're oblivion. Our hearts so raw and clear are turning away from here. In darkness we do what we can. In daylight we're oblivion. Our hearts so raw and clear are turning away from here. On the water we have walked like the fearless child. What was fastened we've unlocked, revealing wonders wild. And in search of confirmation we have jumped into the fire and scrambled with our burning feet through uncontrolled desire. And in darkness we do what we can. was a well upon the hill from our ancient past, where an age is standing still, holding strong and fast. And for those who try to tame it and to carve it into stone, and words cannot extinguish it, however hard they throw. And in darkness we do what we can, in daylight we're oblivion. Our hearts so raw and clear are turning away from here. And in darkness we do what we can, in daylight we're oblivion. Our hearts so raw and clear are turning away from here. Are turning away from here. Well sung, everybody. Fantastic, of course. A little bit of Dougie MacLean there. Dougie. Oh, we love watching his little streams as well, don't we?
He does
loads.
about 3 a week, I think.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely great.
Good, lovely, thank you. Yes, how many have we got today? Oh, loads, hundreds.
Wow,
Well,
hundreds.
not quite.
Oh yes, but lots.
Anyway,
It's
lovely
Friday.
to see you.
It's Friday.
Thank you. Yeah, Friday.
I've seen Sabrina watching. That's nice. Hello to
That's
Germany,
lovely.
everybody.
Unfortunately, I had a message of Susan Kovac. She's not going to be with us today.
But we're going to sing a song for her anyway.
We're going to sing a song for her.
Well, I told you about the parcels that arrived. The second parcel, I start with the second one, was a brilliant surprise. It was from Ella, and you've heard the name many times before if you have been watching regularly. Ella does most of my most beautiful jewellery. Now, there was something very, very special in there this time, and I will show you on Tuesday. This is a bit of a cliffhanger because it's so special. I want to give it a special feature next week. In the meantime, I'm wearing one of her things that she sent. I'll show you that quickly. It's absolutely beautiful. A little ring as well. And there's much more to see throughout the next few weeks. Thank you, Ella. It's beautiful. And I'll give you a special feature for that incredible thing that was in there as well last edition. It's absolutely unbelievable. You won't believe it. It's fantastic. To the first parcel, Ella's creation, by the way, the link is in the bottom if you are interested in her jewellery. The first parcel that came was, again, very special. This time it arrived from Germany. And it was on the road for 2 weeks, I've been told, and it had loads of things. That's what he said. Yeah, it takes ages at the moment, doesn't it?
Okay.
And I'll show you the contents very briefly. And
Will you make anything from that or not?
I don't know. I'll tell you all about it whilst we're going ahead. This was from Martin. Martin, one of the Martins that comes here from Germany, Martin Fischer. And Martin hosts, I don't know whether you know that, the Blue Carpet Stage. So this was a greeting from the Blue Carpet Stage.
Do you want me to tell them about the Blue Carpet Stage? Right. Well, Blue Carpet Stage, if you're wondering where the blue carpet comes in, that's the colour of the carpet in Martin's living room. Because Martin hosts living room concerts and has done for some years now, and he's had some fantastic names playing in his apartment. You wouldn't believe. Even us.
Excuse me. Us as well, yes.
Us. Yeah. No, we played there 2 or 3 times, haven't we?
We have.
Over the years, and it's wonderful. And that's what they do in Germany. They have lots. It's much more popular in Germany than it is here to have living room concerts. It's quite common around Germany and other parts of Europe, and also America, of course.
New Zealand, we've done a few as well.
New Zealand, yes, that's true. We have. Okay, but I'll tell you a little bit about that a little later. We've got an idea, you see.
The
we want
living
to
room
share
concert.
with you.
Have you heard about living room concerts at all? Some of you might have.
I'm sure.
Well, how it works is just people come in and are invited to a private living room or kitchen or wherever where there's a bit of space, and the artists perform for a very little amount of people. And it all works with a suggested donation. People put some money into the pot. Yeah. And what comes out in the end of the night goes to the artists, and it's usually quite fantastic because we sometimes earn more than in a theatre, don't we? Shouldn't really say that, but
no, you shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, in the living room concerts, it's about the thousands, you know, and no. But back to the parcel. I've already seen, yes, Claudia, Russisch Brot, my favorite biscuit. And yes, Martin.
Hi, Claudia.
We've still got one left, which we're gonna eat for afternoon tea today. Russisch Brot is letter biscuits. They are different letters, and it's great fun to eat them because while you're eating them, you can make your name if you find the right ones. Sometimes, Martin, of course, as we have tried, there's not even an M in there or something. Oh, there is one. Look, Martin. There you go. But they're lovely. My favorite.
Yeah.
Thank you, Martin. It's the second one. The first one we've already eaten. The second one is will be eaten today. The other thing I wanted to show you straight away, you might have seen a photo on Facebook, is Brechtlingsgselz. And I've been talking about that another show previously. Brechtling is a Swabian word for strawberries or Erdbeeren, so even the Northern German won't understand that word. And that's made by Inge. Hello, Inge. I've seen you're watching as well. Thank you very much for that. I can't wait to have it with some scones. Oh, lovely.
This is one of our songs. It's Mary, Mary. Mary, Mary, quite the fairest face I've ever seen. Fairer than you'd see on any beauty magazine. I think it fair to tell you I've got my eye on you. I could be there fast as lightning, should you want me to. Mary, Mary, just the sweetest song I've ever heard. Sing it like you did just now, I'll hang on every word. I think it fair to tell you I've got my eye on you. I could play for you each morning if you ask me to. Mary, Mary, such a fragrant flower can't be found. I see you in my darling, just the sweetest rose around. I think it fair to tell you I've got my eye on you. I could be your bumblebee if you want me to. But Mary, Mary, how am I to know what you desire? What if there's a man already waiting by your fire? I think it's time to tell you I'm in love with you. I could be that man there waiting if you love me too. I could be that man there waiting if you love me too. I could be that man there waiting if you love me too. I could be that man there waiting. Yeah, I noticed Barbara is out there and she's made a comment on the song. I didn't quite read what it was, but she recognised it because that's one I introduced at Granville's on Monday nights when we were doing our nights there. I normally had Richard Matthews playing the guitar as well, which is pretty cool.
Just not me playing the recorder then, would you?
No, I didn't.
No.
The flute, yeah.
Oh, the
I
flute in
nearly
that
didn't
case,
have you
yeah.
playing it today.
No.
I thought you'd forgotten to come in.
I have. Nobody would have noticed. I was so indulged in my Fort Mason tea. Now this is a black tea, and Paul said it tastes like a black tea with jasmine. It's not. It's meant to be a blend of Indian and China teas with a flavor of orange. I wouldn't have noticed orange. I would have thought it's jasmine too, but it's quite nice. It's quite
all
nice.
right. It's all right.
It's okay.
It's not afternoon tea.
It's not afternoon tea, and
No.
it's not Countess Grey. Now you might have seen on the photo as well. There was also a duck, which I'm going to show you a little bit later. Peter's commented on the guitar behind us, which we're going to tell you about a little bit later. And what else was in there? Oh, there was chocolate in there, which is always good German Rittersport, which is quite local to us in the south. And a new duck. And I'm going to show you the duck also a little bit later.
There's a surprise.
But there was a CD in there, and that was really special. I mean, that was just one of our favorite singers in the world, one of our idols, a gentleman called Luca Bloom. And many of you probably won't know about Luca Bloom. We've seen him many times in concert, and we're actually gonna see him on Sunday. We've got tickets to see him this coming Sunday.
We have to tell you about that. We saw him in Belfast a year or so ago, and we got in the queue. This made Karen's day. We got in the queue to buy the CDs, and we get to the front of the queue, and we bought the CD, and we asked Luca would he sign it, and he says, "So what name shall I put?" And I said, "Paul and Karen," to Paul and Karen, and he looked up. He says, "Ah, you're Karen Pfeiffer, aren't you?" She was quite chuffed at that.
Oh yes, I just love his music, and been listening since I was about 15 or so, and seen many concerts. So yes, fantastic. Anyway, you've got a little surprise for Susan now, haven't you?
Well, yes, and there was quite a conversation going on about Gordon Lightfoot last week, and so while we might do this song in its entirety later, I'll give a little snippet of this song. Somebody said, "Could you play Gordon Lightfoot?" Well, I'll leave you to judge that. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale your thoughts would tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains around my feet. You know that ghost is me, and I could never be set free as long as I'm a ghost that you can see. So I walk away like a movie star who got burned on a three-way script. Enter number 2, a movie queen who plays the scene of bringing all the good times back to me. But now, love, let's be real. Never thought I'd feel this way, and I've got to say, I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone. I just can't get it back.
That's beautiful. Well done.
Great song.
Round of applause. I gotta learn some harmonies for that, don't I?
There might be one or two people watching who know the name Joe Dring. I learned that in a guitar lesson with Joe Dring. So that's Joe's arrangement, I think.
So we're going to... Oh, beautiful.
I used to like playing that. Good.
So we're going to Ireland this weekend, are we?
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. Do you mean for Luca?
Yeah. Well, you might be wondering, Paul is swapping over the guitar. You might be wondering how we can have tickets for Luca Bloom, who was obviously in Ireland, in County Clare. Sorry, I'm speaking with a
Yeah.
letter biscuit in my mouth, but they're just so nice. I'm sorry. I apologise. I shouldn't do that in public live streams, should I? Well, we're not really going to Ireland. We're watching a virtual house concert.
That's right.
Do you want to tell people about that?
Well, the only reason mention that is because that's the idea we've got, because we don't really see any opportunity to play any real shows for the rest of this year, I'll be honest. And obviously we earn our living from that, really. So we're wondering, we're conjuring up the idea of doing some virtual house concerts throughout the rest of the year, which would mean somebody volunteers to be a host, although we could technically host that ourselves, but somebody volunteers to be a host, invites their friends, and they have a private Zoom / YouTube concert, but just for them and their friends. But people would buy tickets, of course, and that's how it works. But we'll talk more about it. But if anybody feels that they might fancy doing something like that, just let us know.
Yeah, get in touch. Does anybody know Luca Bloom, by the way? I mean, I was wondering, shall we do a tiny little bit of Luca Bloom?
He's Christy Moore's brother. Anybody heard of Christy Moore? Of course you have. When I introduce Christy Moore around Stoke-on-Trent, I always say it's just the other side of Biddulph Moor.
But this is a Luca Bloom song made famous by Christy Moore.
That's it, yeah.
In the city of Chicago, where the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal.
Just a little taster.
So you might recognise that by Christy Moore, but it's actually written by his brother, Luca.
Next song doesn't need any introduction, I don't think.
Roads and flows of angel hair, ice cream castles in the air, and feathered canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and they snow on everyone. So many things I could have done, the clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and spoons and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way it feels when every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave them laughing as you go, and if you care, don't let it show. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all.
Tears and fears and feeling
proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. But now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Oh, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. Looked at life from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all.
Joni Mitchell. She's always got a funny tuning. That's why Peter was asking, have you got different tunings, Paul, generally?
The only reason I changed guitars for this one, it's actually in standard tuning, but it's tuned a step down. Just gives Karen a bit more
Range.
on the guitar.
But normally, yes, he does do
but
different
sometimes-
tunings generally. yes.
Occasionally,
Yeah.
nothing much. Drop Ds and... Well, I'm going to play now, for instance. One of my favourite tuners, and favourite because it's one of the only ones I know, really, is double drop D. But really, I don't do much. I don't do dadgad, for instance. I'm not into dadgad. This is only one note off dadgad.
So whilst we're talking about the guitar features, I mean, I've just got the duck, but I'll talk about the duck after that song. Whilst we're talking about guitar features, we might as well still stay by the guitar. The guitar behind you seeing is a Crafter. I'm talking about guitar features now because that is my guitar. Yes, I have got a guitar too. I've got two guitars, but I never play them. Or far too little do I.
Very little.
Should do, really, but anyway, this is mine, and I thought, why don't we put my guitar behind? It's a very not as expensive probably as Paul's guitar, but a very special guitar to me. And another cliffhanger here. I'm going to tell you all the story about that next time on Tuesday, because it's quite an exciting story about that guitar, how I got that.
I see.
Are you still tuning?
A little bit.
Shall I tell my joke in the meantime? Shall I tell my
try.
joke in the meantime then, whilst
I
he's
think
still
they'd be disappointed if you didn't.
tuning? Okay, I'll tell the joke then first.
Not as disappointed as you'll be when you hear it, but...
Isn't he charming? A librarian sits in the cinema and he looks to the side, and there sits somebody that looks, well, like a duck. And he looks over and he asks the obvious question, says, "Are you a duck?" And it is a duck. The duck says, "Yeah." And the librarian looks over and says, "Fancy, I mean, I've never seen a duck sitting in a cinema watching a film. What are you doing here?" And the duck says, "Well, I did like the book, so I thought I might as well watch the film." I do like that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know you like it too. Have you tuned now?
Yeah.
Go on then, let's sing another song.
Is this our final song?
It's our final song. But don't turn off too early, because I have to tell you all about the duck that I've got here as well. Andy says, Steve says, my guitar was always tuned in dead bad.
Dead bad? That's good, I like that. I never heard that one. This is a love song we set in Kilkenny. And I've seen Cloudy there, so maybe John's watching as well.
She met her love in Marble Town.
On streets of coal she gave her heart.
Her hair of gold, his eyes of brown.
La 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 lee day.
And as the evening sun went down,
They swore themselves were meant to part.
and in that town, two hearts did melt away.
In Marble Town, in Marble Town she came. In Marble Town, in Marble Town she came.
He gave to her a ring to wear.
On streets of coal she gave her heart.
And for her love a ringlet fair.
Fa la la lee day.
They married in the chapel there.
They swore themselves were meant to part.
Songs were sung and bells were rung that day.
In Marble Town, in Marble Town she gave. In Marble Town, in Marble Town she gave.
Then one night she heard him cry.
On streets of coal she gave her heart.
By morning time he'd left her side. Fa la la lee day. She walked the streets from dawn till night.
They swore themselves were meant to part.
And asked her God how love could slip away.
In Marble Town, in Marble Town
town she prayed. Pushing through the wailing crowd
On streets of gold she gave her heart.
there her love lay on the ground.
Fa-la-la-dee-day.
And through his heart a blade she found.
They swore themselves when they're to part.
But on his lips a ringlet fair as May.
In Marble Town, in Marble Town they lay. In Marble Town, in Marble Town they lay.
Thank you for singing along. I could see and could hear
Yeah.
the people singing along to the little refrains and choruses in the middle.
Thank you very much.
Now, that was our last song. However, I promised you to tell you about the duck that was in the parcel of Martin as well. He said, you can't have a Bavarian Oktoberfest duck and not a Swabian duck. Here is your Swabian duck, and here it is. Many of you might be thinking, why is that a Swabian duck? Well, it's a VfB, a VfB Stuttgart duck. It's the football team of Stuttgart, and I used to be a big fan of the VfB. I still am, really, but I'm not following them quite as much anymore. And because the time is going on a little bit, I'll tell you next time about my private encounter with one of their most famous players, Jurgen Klinsmann, because when I was about 12, I was deeply in love with Jurgen Klinsmann, and I saw him more than once, and the one time was very special, and I'll tell you that story next time, because you know, other people had like pop stars on their wall. I had VfB players on my wall. So, do you know Jurgen Klinsmann? If not, you have to look him up until next time, because he's very famous. Jill, if you don't know Jurgen Klinsmann, ask Alan. I'm sure he knows him. But I'll tell you the whole story next time. It's time for our little outro. Thank you, Martin. Mark, absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you for the lovely card as well, by the way. Get your mugs up, don't spill your tea or your Aperol, Sabine.
Well, that's it for a little while. Goodbye, my friends, good luck. We'll see you in a field somewhere. Auf Wiedersehen, meet up. We shouldn't shed another tear, for friends will all be back. We'll see you in a field somewhere. Auf Wiedersehen, meet ducks.
Auf Wiedersehen, me ducks.
Thanks, everybody.
We'll see you next Tuesday at 4 o'clock UK time, 5 Uhr deutscher Zeit nächsten Dienstag, for afternoon tea with Paul
And Karen.
Tschüss und vielen Dank. Thank you very much. Lovely
Have a
to see
lovely
you.
weekend,
Have
everybody.
a great weekend, everybody.
And thank you for joining us. We look forward already to next Tuesday.
Can't wait. We've got so many stories to tell. Tschüss. Schönes Wochenende. Bye bye.